In this video, we're going to look at subtracting fractions and mixed numbers. So for our first example, we're figuring out the difference between 3/4 and 1/12. Now, just like with addition of fractions, what we need to do is figure out the LCD. So the least common denominator for 3/4 and 1/12 would be 12. In order to get a denominator of 12 for a first fraction, we would have to multiply 4 by 3 to get 12. So we're going to multiply our numerator by 3 as well. Our first fraction is 9/12. Our second fraction, the denominator already is 12, so we don't have to do anything. Now to subtract the fractions, since they both have a common denominator, we need to subtract the numerators. 9 minus 1 is 8. So we get 8 over 12. However, this isn't our final answer because it's not in lowest terms. 8 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2. 12 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 3. We can cancel out the like terms to get 2/3. Okay, let's look at our second example. There's a couple different ways we can approach this when we're subtracting mixed numbers, and I'll go through both methods. In both methods, you still need to figure out the LCD, so the least common denominator for these two fractions would be 9. And for both methods, we still need to change our fractions. So 2/3 would be 6/9. And then, since the denominator is already 9 on our second mixed number, we don't have to make any changes here. Alright, method 1, you subtract the whole numbers. So 28 minus 14 gives us 14. And then you subtract the fractions. 6 minus 5 gives us 1. Now, this is generally what you want to do, except the problem can sometimes come when this fraction here is larger than this fraction here. You'll get a negative number, so you have to be careful with this method to make sure you take that into account. So if you're not sure how you would take that into account, you could do the second method. The second method starts right at this point here, but we do a slightly different thing rather than just subtracting the whole numbers and then subtracting the fractions. We are going to change each mixed number into an improper fraction. And we do that by going 28 times 9, that gives us 252, plus 6, 258. That's our new numerator, and it's over 9. 14 times 9, that gives us 126, plus 5 gives us 131, that's over 9. And then we subtract our numerators to get 127 over 9. 9 goes into 127 14 times with 1 left over, so 14 and 1/9. And you'll see we get to the same place, which we should, because we're subtracting the same two mixed numbers. It's just two different methods.